Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. In today's video, we are testing a new foundation from HAUS Labs by Lady Gaga. This one is called the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, and it's somewhat been a viral sensation. So I finally got my hands on it, and in this video, I'm gonna test it out on my oily AF skin. And of course, I'm gonna be doing a wear test at the end of the video, just to show you how this wears, to show you what it looks like at the end of the day, and basically find out whether this product is worth our time and money. I also have the Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder that I will be testing out along with this foundation, also from HAUS Labs. So this is basically what you can expect in this video: a review, a trial, a wear test, and a verdict at the end. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it wherever it is shareable, hit the notification bell, Wednesdays and Sundays videos. And now onto this video. HAUS Labs, new foundation. Is she worth it? Let's find out. Okie dokes. So I have got my hands on just one shade of this foundation. I actually purchased this with my own money. I've always been on the PR list of HAUS Labs, but I have not received any products from them since the relaunch, or since like the rebranding of HAUS Labs. So I'm not sure if they are sending out PR or what's going on. So basically, I didn't know anything about this foundation until I saw it on Trendmood, until I saw people reviewing it on TikTok and on IG Reels. A lot of people are raving about this one, but I have oily AF skin, so I'm not sure if I believe the hype. I have to see it for myself. I have to test it on my skin just to see if it works. Let me give you just like some background information on this product. This is a $45 foundation, natural finish, medium coverage, liquid formula, long lasting, hypoallergenic, and it's considered a clean formula. It has 51 shades, which is nice, and some of the key ingredients are fermented arnica, which helps visibly reduce redness and irritation. Also, it has this thing called IntelliZen Complex, which is a proprietary blend of medicinal herbs that promote healing and calming. Also, we have the Bioferment 7 Complex, proprietary blend of super antioxidants that protect the skin from stress. All of this sounds really nice, but the main ingredient is water. So this is a water-based foundation. And then we have a bunch of silicones like trimethicones and methicones and trimethyl siloxyl silicate and basically a whole bunch of other ingredients. Alrighty, so the shade that I got my hands on is actually considered a cool by HAUS Labs standards, but it is an olive undertone. So this is also how MAC classifies their undertones. So an olive is considered cool according to MAC and also according to HAUS Labs. So it's kind of flipped. But basically the shade that I'm talking about is 260 light medium cool. Basically, I just read the description of the shade. It sounded like it might fit me. Also, I thought the model looked like she had a similar skin tone to me. Basically, I kind of just went by what I thought fit me. All right, so off the bat, I really do like the packaging. I think this is nice. Feels sturdy and heavy. We've got a pump over here, so let's pump it up. This is the shade. I think I was right on the money with this color match. This blends into my neck seamlessly. So I guess this is going to be the shade that I go with. Let me just blur this out real quick. Oh, wow. Am I amazing at shade matching myself, or am I amazing at shade matching myself? So again, this is a 260 light medium cool with an olive undertone. So do keep that in mind. All right, so the way that I'm gonna test out this foundation is in two different ways. I am gonna apply my DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Universal Blurring Balm Powder underneath as a primer. I generally always wear primers just because I am super oily. I have somewhat textured skin. And if you don't believe me, just watch my previous video. Just gonna apply this all over first, smoothing it across my skin surface, blending in with my imperfections here, making sure I hit up all those little crevices. I'm even gonna do that technique of clockwise and counterclockwise circles to really get into those pores and those little tiny imperfections, to smooth them out as much as possible. Right here in the forehead and between the brows. This is a transitional weather period. During this time, my skin tends to act out a little bit. I tend to get inflamed, little bumps all over the face. And so right now they're healing, but there's still like quite a bit of weird discoloration and just like some scars from those bumps, but it's not all that bad. All right, so primer is all over the face. Next thing I'm gonna do is, I guess, pump some of this foundation onto my forehead, onto my cheeks. I will say that I like the pump. This feels like a continuous pump, almost like a continuous mist, which means that you can kind of control how much product comes out. So I'm not squeezing out too much. It's kind of a nice feature to have. For my brush today, I'm just gonna use my usual IT Cosmetics Complexion Perfection brush, which I love. It's my favorite foundation brush. What I'm gonna start doing is apply this to the face and kind of smooth it over my skin surface. Wow, upon first swipe, this really does feel very nice and quite promising. I might need to get my hands on a different shade if I want to match my neck a little bit closer, because my neck, as you could probably tell, it's maybe a pinch warmer than this foundation, and like also just like a couple of shades deeper. And so if I want to match the rest of me, I always at least like to match my neck. Oh man, the finish on this is so smooth. It is just so seamless. Look at that. And then look at this. Let's do this side. Okay, so what I like about this foundation is how light it feels. Not like a mask, not heavy at all. It looks like skin, but it's very much skin perfecting. The coverage is medium, like they said, but it will look more full on you if you have flawless skin. If you don't have any spots or imperfections to cover up, this will probably look insane on you. But for me, someone who has some texture and some issues, minor issues, I may want to add a little bit of helpers, but still, I imagine that if I wore this on a really good skin day, this would probably look even more amazing. All right, let's quickly do the forehead. Might have applied too much on the forehead, so I'm gonna stipple the rest over here where I probably need a little bit more coverage. Oh man, really, really nice. What I also like about this foundation is that no matter how I hit it with a brush, whether I swipe or whether I stipple, it doesn't leave a crazy mark. It just feels very, very flexible and very easy to work with. Just intuitive and super smooth. Super, super smooth. Okay, skin looks incredible in the monitor. Granted, this is a great shade match for the discolored tone on my face, but if I want to match my real tone, which is my neck, I do need to go a couple of steps down. So I'm gonna probably order a couple other shades just to test them out, but that will come after I see how this wears, because I do need to know whether this actually wears well on my oily AF skin. So next thing I'm gonna do is add my helpers. I don't think I'm gonna do another coat. I don't think I need another layer. So I'm just gonna add my concealer under the eyes to brighten, a little bit around the nose. Quickly blend that out with a brush. For my concealer, I'm using Benefit Boi-ing. Alrighty, and now I'm gonna quickly set the face. I'm gonna set the concealer with my usual one size, just like that. Then I'm gonna use my Jones Road, the face pencil, just to cover up a couple of spots. Like this guy, all these guys. Basically all the guys that are living rent-free on my face that need to be evicted and ejected immediately. All right, skin is looking really, really clean. So now I am going to grab this translucent bio-blurring loose setting powder and let's see what that looks like. But before I put it on, do you guys want to see a close-up of what my skin looks like? Skin close-up. Here we go. And as you can see, over here it looks really smooth. Forehead looks fairly smooth, outside of the fact that I haven't yet set it with powder. So this side of the face. Now let's set it. No scroll wheel. I don't know why this bothers me so deeply. I need a scroll wheel. So I guess what I'm gonna do is dip this Charlotte T brush into the little net here that sadly isn't protected by a scroll wheel. And let's see if this does anything for my texture. Oh yeah, that really did smooth and blur everything, even though this is a talc-free powder. So let me just go into some of the details on this. So this bio-blurring loose setting powder has 5 shades. I went for the translucent one just because it's the safest bet. This is a $38 product. Clean, skincare infused, talc-free, loose setting powder that blurs, controls shine, and sets makeup. Also has fermented arnica and plant squalane. I don't know how this wears, but at first impression, this is very promising. Okay, this side of the face. Check out this side of the face. The difference is clear. Smooth, not so smooth. Oh yeah, this is definitely doing the job, but I will say there's quite a bit of creasing right here around the nose. I'm gonna zoom in and I'm gonna show you what all of this looks like. First, let me just set the forehead real quick. And now let's zoom in. So now here is this side of the face. You could still see a bit of texture here. It's still quite a bit textured. And look at this creasing around the nose. This is not ideal. And it's only been like 5 minutes. Let's see if that can be fixed. Basically, I'm just gonna use a clean brush to remove some of that settled product. And then I'm gonna actually take the same brush and load it up with powder. And I'm gonna press some powder in there. That was a bit too much creasing for me. Usually that doesn't happen for hours, but this was like almost immediate. So that's not like an amazing sign, but I will say everything else looks really good. The texture definitely looks a little bit blurred, but in this instance, on this side of the face where I have a little bit more acne scars in the pore zones, I feel like I might need just a pinch more help. So what I'm gonna do is grab my Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil from my previous video. If you have not seen that one, you should watch it. I'm just gonna like entice you and leave you with no explanation, but definitely watch that video. I'm just gonna use my mineral veil to take care of this situation. I think that did it. Now I am looking and feeling as smooth as a baby's behind. All right, so now I'm just gonna perhaps add a little bronzing action. I'm gonna grab this Lunar Beauty palette and just add a little bit of definition to my face, just because I feel like it's looking a little flat. I'm gonna take the shade Tan Sky, just to run a little bit of that along the perimeter of my face to bring back a little bit of life to my complexion. I'm also sort of testing how powder products apply over this foundation and powder rather easily, actually. Just adding a little bit of definition to this side of the face, a little bit to the jawline, and I think that did it. I think that kind of brought down my tone to match a little bit better with my neck. So now I'm going to judge the hell out of my skin. I'm gonna look at myself up close and personal, and I'm gonna talk about everything. I guess I'm not jumping up and down for joy because my first impression of this foundation, like the very first initial swipe, was so promising. It was so good. The first layer felt so nice against my skin. It was very lightweight. It did what it needed to do. But then once I started adding the powder and then the other helpers on top, it somehow started feeling just a little bit heavy. So I'm not sure if it's this powder that's actually feeling very heavy or if it's everything else combined, though I can't say that I added too much stuff. Somehow it's no longer looking as natural and as flawless as it did without powder. Although I like the way that my skin looks right now, I can't say I like the way that it feels, but I'm nitpicking and it definitely does not look bad. It looks really, really good. So I guess the final test is the wear test. So let's put it to the test. Let's see how this foundation wears on my oily, acne-prone skin after a day of wear. Let's hit it. Time warping music for that wear test. Wear test. Oh my God. It is now 12 hours later, possibly 10. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 12:19 a.m.
Nice. So I filmed the first part of this video around noon, so that means that it is 10 or 12 hours later. Anyway, this is the wear test. Here I am at the end of the day. I might have had a drinky poo or two, and this is me and my skin at the end of the day after wearing this HAUS Labs foundation for the entire 10 or 12 hours. Let's take a look over here on this side of the face. I gotta say there's a little bit of dew, but overall it is looking really good. This side of the face, this had a couple of little red bumps here and there, but still overall it's looking rather good. Here's the forehead, looking fairly decent, and overall I gotta say I look pretty well put together. I almost forgot about the swear test. I actually just went into the bathroom. I was about to wash my face, and then I said, damn girl, you looking kind of good. I kind of don't want to wash you off. And then it hit me, oh my God, wear test. I'm actually testing a product today. I came back into this room, I turned on the studio lights, and here I am. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that this foundation has worn really, really well. Granted, I have had some helpers with the HAUS Labs powder, with the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil to hide the pores. I also use the one size translucent setting powder under the eyes and in between the brows, wherever I put my concealer. But overall, I think the foundation just looks really decent across the skin, across the face. Everything is just looking like it's fairly fresh, is what I'm trying to say. I have not blotted a single time throughout the day. I did go to the taqueria and I did have, okay, maybe 3 drinks. but who's counting? And still, at the end of the day, this is my face, which is rather on the good side. So I guess my final verdict is the following. I did like this foundation upon its initial application. Then after using the HAUS Labs powder over it, I felt like the combo was just like a little too heavy on my skin, but the feeling did wear off. And a few hours later, I guess I forgot about the makeup that I had on my face and it felt pretty natural. So what I will say is that this is very intriguing. This is very promising. I do like the shade that I tested out, which is the 260 Light Medium Cool with the olive undertone. I may have to get my hands on a couple of more shades, but the shade that I tried out matches me. It suits me perfectly. And I will definitely try it out with a couple of other favorite products, perhaps not this powder, because I have a feeling that this non-talc powder was just like a little bit too stiff, a little bit too heavy for this particular foundation. But I have a stinking suspicion that if I try it with some other products, such as my One Size, or perhaps the Charlotte Tilbury, or maybe even my Bare Minerals, it will feel a little bit different on my face. So with that said, this is by no means a fail. This is not yet a fave. I will have to give it a couple more tries, but from this first impression, it definitely felt like it was something that suited my oily AF acne-prone skin. It definitely gave me the coverage that I desire. Perhaps not too full, but just enough to make me feel like myself, to make me feel like me in my own skin. And for that, I am thankful. So on that positive note, I am going to end this review. I'm gonna say farewell. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and finally wash my face because Lord knows I am tired. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out. I'm zooming on out. You are checking out more of my videos over here. You know the drill. And I will see you very soon. Peace out and I'm out.